Welcome to space.
Hey, space.
Greetings.
The shopping episode.
Yeah, it has been, almost a month since the last time we played? At least 3 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm running on... I did some math earlier, and I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, I think. So this is going to be good. Hopefully.
Pretty good.
I do like that you had to do math to figure out it was 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And then we also get to figure out what in the hell happened to Sigmund's Folly in the 6 months that have passed since we were there.
Yeah. So, a few things to get in order here. All of your ships are currently at Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt right now is giving you 6 profit factor, and it will, in a year's time, bump up another 6 to give you a total of 12 when the STC is repaired. Yes.
That,
Go ahead.
I was going to say that almost recovers the cost of actually getting dirt.
Weird.
Well, to be fair, we also now have the Spice Marines for all time.
Yeah,
It's not like it's something that was used up.
I just don't subscribe to the idea that you have to spend money to make money. John Silkernicus just wants to make money.
As far
Well,
as
the STC can print it. Can print anything you want when they fix it.
Yeah, that's true. Assuming they can.
Well, this one's only going to be able to make laser weapons for you.
Yeah, there's I know there's been some discussion in the comments what an STC can do, but let's just go over the expected result from the Dirt STC
So
is that it will be able to
general,
produce. Yeah, go
an
on.
STC should be able to produce any of a massive number of blueprints and be able to create its own. However, this one has been so badly damaged and lobotomized and half chaos corrupted that so many parts of it are going to have to be teared out and rebuilt a little bit and fixed up that basically the only thing it's going to be able to crank out is the alternate versions of lasguns that it already designed while the chaos were in control of it. So you'll be able to make those, sell those, and that'll be plenty of profit for you, but it is not a fully functioning STC by any means. It cannot create new patterns at this point. It can't do anything like that.
Was the teleportarium destroyed on the battleship that crashed?
Indeed it was.
But we still have the other one on the battleship that's buried.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Can we fix that battleship?
Well, excavate it, you mean?
Yeah, and then start repairs.
That would be a massive undertaking, especially since a city, is already built on top of it. Yeah, you basically have to get rid of that city completely, and then you're going to need a lot of archaeotech components to put that thing back together. If you think it's worth it, if it's something you want to do, that can be some very long-term goal for you guys. It can be a very, very huge endeavor. But as far as like any time in the next couple months or year or two, probably not going to happen.
Could we remove the teleportarium and put it on one of our other ships? Or is it too massive?
It would be possible. I'm not sure if any of your ships actually have enough ship space to use it at the moment.
Ship space or power, and
Or power, yep.
it's the sort of thing where it's basically like a huge chapel room that people aren't going to really like fucking with in case they make it not work anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. You might be able to hear Thirsty in the background. She's slightly annoyed that I just gotten home, and she wants to make that clear. So if you hear a cat stomping around meowing a lot, that's why. Don't we actually... Because do we have the stats for the golden egg?
For the golden egg, you do, yes.
So do we know how much space we have there? Because I know that at least I had an idea that we could put some barracks in the golden egg. So we could have the Spice Marines there. Because they need barracks, right? And they currently don't have barracks.
That is correct. If you want to continue to move them around for, have them be useful, then yes.
Because the golden egg is a lot larger than
It does have room to put a barracks on it. That's about the. It doesn't have room for anything else after that, but it could fit a barracks. Yes.
Because it's like that's a larger ship, right? It's a Tempest class. Is it?
It is. Yes, it is.
And that's.
It's a what a frigate.
Yeah. I think it's like, is it 2 steps bigger than our thing?
That sounds right.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's just so slow though. It's got higher maneuverability.
Yeah. The problem that we're going to have with every ship upgrade is they're not going to have all the cool shit we've got. So we're always going to be like,
Yeah. No, that's what I'm thinking. We should have the golden egg. We shouldn't, like, it's nice to have like an armada of ships, but realistically, I think we want to be quick and nimble, so we can go do fun things, and then we can always call upon the other ships if we need them.
yeah.
Especially since we're getting, like, at this point, so we have dirt and we have Sigmund's Folly, and there actually needs to be some kind of people need to be able to look in and see what's actually going on. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to have some proper Marines to deal with shit.
The other thing is that your Spice Marines are down a good number of women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have to go home and restock.
You're going to have to send them away for a bit to retrain some new recruits.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, so they are. Hang on, I'm on the ship. I don't want to be on the ship. We recruited them at Damaris, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Damaris.
And that's where we're expecting to be able to fit some barracks onto the golden egg anyways. So I mean, we're going there because we have to do some shopping.
They're not from Damaris. That's not their home world.
That's just where
that's where you got them. But
this particular unit happened to be, or at least where the contract for them got signed.
Right.
But are they from core wards, or where are they from?
Yeah,
from an angry world.
Yeah, they are from. If you look over on the
Yeah.
map, they are over in the Elixis sector. Is where they're being recruited from.
From regular space, where regular people live.
Yep.
Where's the freaking Luxus sector?
Calixis sector.
The
So if you
center,
go
it's-
all the way to the
all the way to the right, where it says, "Yo, that's not where this game's happening."
The whole thing is the sector. I was looking at the subsections, and I'm like,
oh no,
Golgenner Reach, Josiah Reach. That none of them are the Calixis sector. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're from over there. So
The boring part of town.
Yeah, right.
your whole battalion doesn't have to go back there, but basically you have to ship new recruits in.
Yeah.
And they have to spend a little time training them up and getting them all ready.
So we probably need to go to Footfall to tell people, like, hey, you should come over and get them women into this battalion.
I think they can probably just do it from anywhere. Just go, yo, send.
Yeah, you can send the message.
Send
Yeah.
more bodies.
Yeah.
While you have the unappreciated deal here, your Xenotrek trade is not active.
Yeah, I
so-
know.
Keep that in mind as well.
Get that
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Oh
off
yeah,
my
that's the good news that I had for you, Captain. I received a message from the Inquisition stating that they have retracted their investigation.
They obviously
Good.
realised there was absolutely no point because they weren't going to find anything.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly why they retracted that.
Didn't want to have a thing where they went, oh no, we wasted our time because we were never going to find it. There was nothing there. So
Mhm.
instead they just cancelled it low-key, like classic.
Yeah. So the Inquisition, that was actually, there was an Inquisitor on the planet, right?
Yes.
With us?
Yes, there
Yeah.
was.
I just want him to like me.
He likes you well enough.
I know. I'm just saying, like, for future reference, if I ever need to contact the Inquisition, I'm probably gonna try and contact him. I'm not being like, I mean, I'm social enough to do this smoothly. I'm just stating it as a matter of factly that it's important to me that this guy likes what I do.
Okay. His name was Inquisitor Alvis. The Ordos Hereticus.
I don't know if there's anything we necessarily need to do at Dirt at the moment. We should probably, however, plot a course directly from Dirt to Footfall, because we don't have one of those.
Yeah, that would be a nice one to
A
have.
bit far.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Like, we've done longer jumps than that in the past.
Yeah.
You have. Not necessarily always on purpose, but you have.
But, like, I think the very first jump we tried to do was from Footfall to Damaris.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
was
Yeah. I
nothing
mean,
in between.
if we wanted to play it safe, I guess we could do Dirt, Lucine's Breath, and then Footfall. That might actually be smarter and safer.
What do we know about Lucine's breath?
That it's a mining world.
What exactly does it export?
Rocks.
Some type of mineral.
Let's see.
Soylent Green.
It exports shitloads of dirt.
That's how this planet came into being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just little bits falling off of the.
Well, I mean, there used to be two really big ships here, and then they just started dumping dirt on top of it,
Yeah.
and thus a planet was formed.
Okay, Lucian's breath. Here is what you have heard over like rumors and conversations about Lucian's breath. Frozen Nephium pits, ancient Xeno cities, and brutal conditions are the hallmarks of Lucian's
Whoa!
breath.
Whoa! Ancient Xeno cities.
Ooh.
Wholly owned by Lord Captain Winterscale after the conclusion of the Corda affair, a
Damn
trip
right.
to Lucian's breath is still considered a death sentence for workers and slaves. It's also probably haunted. Winterscale signs mining contracts only with close allies, unwilling to risk the cornerstone of his dynasty's control of Winterscale's realm.
Well, I mean,
Okay. So,
we should
We
still
say
be
hack
able
money
to
like
stop
that.
by, right, and not just be like, oh, look, there's Lucian's breath. Let's just keep on going. Like we don't
well,
necessarily.
You've never met Captain Winterscale before, so
No, but I've
And-
heard of him.
and we
surely.
did just kind of claim a planet in the middle of his realm.
So he's gonna be annoyed. You know what we should do, Captain? When we do the Pokemon fight, you should bet dirt and access to Lucian's breath on it, because you don't want to own it. I mean, it sucks.
I don't want to own dirt. It's
No,
got STC
Lucian's
on it.
breath.
No, of course not.
And then he'll be like, "Oh, whatever," because he'll be there if he's cool. If he's not,
Yeah, I
if he's
mean,
not there, then
that's-
you don't have to care about him, do you? So
I mean, that's what you kind of have to. We need you. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a fight at Von Grimm's Rest at some point in the future, and we need to get a proper beast. You need to get
yeah,
me.
we do.
You need to get me. You need to get me a safari where I can capture a beast.
Well, if you can capture it, then it's not really worth entering it, is it? You need something a lot smarter.
Well,
What Icarus is saying is we need to get something we can't capture to go there
Yes.
and say that it's ours.
I mean, the other option, of course, is that we just send Icarus with the logic that the most dangerous animal is man.
I mean, he does fit
Yeah,
all the criteria because they said it can't be sentient.
yes.
Yeah.
So I think we can get away with Icarus.
Or just a tidal wave.
Oh, force of nature.
Mm-hmm. God Emperor's Wrath. Ooh, look at this wave. Yeah. But I'm not I don't think Von Grimm, and I like the guy. I don't think he would enjoy me coming down to his planet and going like, you know what? Tidal wave.
You don't want to make a mockery of his hobby.
How would we
Could
even
be a
get
beach
that much
ball.
water to his planet anyway? It's not like we have a secret tank of a whale.
Well,
No,
you know
that's true.
you know the barracks that we're going to put on the other ship. Just fill that with water. The Spice Marines can become a amphibious unit. It'll be
Okay, so
two birds with one stone. They improve themselves, and
We're actually
Alright.
Marines.
where
actually
are you
Marines.
going right now with each
Yeah,
of
let's
What do
just go to Footfall.
you? Okay, so all of your ships to Footfall, or
Well, I mean, so the unappreciated deal can't come with us anyway because the unappreciated deal doesn't have the same beacon that the other two ships have.
the unappreciated deal should probably just like
Take
the
the
next
long-
trade.
get back to its job on the trade.
Yeah.
okay, you can send them back there, sure. All right, so you're going straight to Footfall from here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's open the navigation tool. I can find it on this new computer. Here it is.
Actually, how did the unappreciated deal get here? Did they come from Footfall?
They,
They went
came
up to Jarzal and
through
Melzeal.
Yeah,
Yep.
they went
Okay.
they went like the same way we did.
Holy shit, I hadn't realized that there was a Seldon's Folly above us.
Selden's Folly.
Yeah, in the Ragged Worlds.
Well, he obviously copied us.
Clearly.
I'm waiting 1 second because evidently this new computer doesn't have .NET installed, so it's installing.
Whoever named that obviously got warped to the future, saw Sigmund's Folly, and then went back and named their thing.
Yep.
That's probably what happened.
That's the only explanation.
It's a thing
Yeah,
that
it
makes
happens
sense.
pretty frequently, I think.
That's a war world as well. So
Damn, what happens on War Worlds? They just have war there all the time?
yeah, it's kind of like Dirt, except longer. It's been going on for so long that they've actually decided the whole planet is just constantly at war. .NET
People,
is
like,
installed.
Go there to settle arguments. They're like, oh, these guys are already at war. And do bets on them? Because that sounds... I mean, it sounds good to me.
I would do that.
Yeah. If they're doing war anyway, just go, like, we'll settle who gets to sit in the front of the car by who wins the next engagement on the war world. Yeah, no, that's good. Let's do that sometime.
You guys have a runecaster, don't you?
Mhm.
We should.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. All right. Navigate to Footfall. Okay. Wow, that's one of your best navigation rules ever, actually.
Oh,
Onboard trip time to Footfall, 2.25 days. Real time, 4 days.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well done. So you have a route to Footfall now. Both of your ships are there. Let's draw on this map. Draw a straight line, straight purple line. Dirt to Footfall. There we go. Okay. So, you are at Footfall again. It's been months and months since you've ever been traveling in space at all. Nothing eventful happened on your journey.
Well, of course not.
Straight up.
It's very nice.
The unappreciated deal is going to follow your route. It's just a bit behind, so
Yeah.
partway through here at the moment.
Well,
So
I mean,
here you are, Footfall.
yeah, I'm sure there's some boring like bureaucracy stuff we have to do with dirt and stuff.
There
So I
is,
guess,
yes, of course.
yeah. So I mean, we're going to take some days to do that. Then, of course, I want to catch up on the latest news. For example, what happened with Coffee Planet? What did they drive the Eldars off, or have they taken over the planet?
I think Dark Eldar take over planets.
So,
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know anything about Dark Eldar. I don't know any Dark Eldar, surely.
the
You have to roll to see for that.
Sure thing. Because I'm pretty sure I have Deceive now. See?
Well, I know you're lying.
Yes, I definitely believe you.
The joke is that none of you should actually even know that Dark Eldar are a thing. So
Yeah.
That's interesting that all of you are so knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming you're just an Eldar, right?
Yeah, as far as anybody is concerned, it's just there's Eldar and then there's
Yep.
Eldar. It's
Slightly
It's just
meaner
Eldar.
Eldar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Eldar. They're all Eldar.
Yeah, so I wouldn't
idea.
even say Dark Eldar on Coffee Planet. I would just say Eldar.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make sense in a way, like because humans can be jerks and not jerks, so it's not really surprising that one faction is like, "Fuck everything," and another faction is like, "This is a maiden planet. Get the fuck out of here, you jerk." Actually, all Eldars are shit. Well, present company excluded. No,
Present company included.
all Eldars are shit. Yeah.
I've never met one I liked.
No.
Okay, so have a roll to ask around about, Agri 27BX36. See what's been going on there. Inquiry. Icarus, the last that anyone here has heard of that planet is that it was under attack by Eldar ships. And that supposedly they found that they like coffee so much that they have actually completely taken over the planet and cut off all exports of anything from it.
It's a coffee shortage, you say?
Yes, there is a massive coffee shortage right now, and they have completely blockaded the system. No one's gone in or out for months.
Sounds like a
This-
job for
this
us.
could be lucrative.
I don't even...
What, we got to find somewhere else for coffee?
Well, we could just get coffee from there.
Why would you want their coffee? It was bad.
Bad coffee's better than no coffee.
I mean,
Disagreed.
is there a contract on this thing, or what? What's going on?
No, no one really knows what's going on with it other than that. There's just some,
Okay.
rumors and half conversations.
Yeah.
The rogue trader who owns the planet, Atellus, the one that was a little annoyed
Yeah.
with you before,
Yeah.
he's been missing for like 3 months now.
Oh, that's
So-
a shame. I mean, it's never nice when other rogue traders disappear. I mean, yeah, sure, less competition, but
He was so
competition's-
nice and helpful.
Yeah, competition's cool. Well, that's interesting. Any news, rumors from Sigmund's Folly?
Sigmund's Folly is just sort of chugging along. You're going to have to roll to upgrade the colony.
Yeah, we'll do that
Twice.
once we
You
get
actually
there.
have 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I figured. But there haven't been any terrible things happening as far as you've heard. So
Can we do some shopping at Footfall?
yes, you can.
Because I want to see if I can find some recoil gloves and some type of protective force field.
Okay. Your current profit factor is 46. With your Xenotech trade back up, it would be 50.
Yeah, but we're not putting that back up just yet. For reasons.
So, for your recoil gloves, I don't have the book open right now to see the...
Let's find them.
Yeah. Are they in...
They're rare. And they are in the core rulebook.
core book here.
Well,
It's fine, I just need to get to the page with the acquisitions.
actually, if I find some recoil gloves, I have to buy a bunch of other things. I just realized, but yeah.
You do? To use them?
Well, if I get the recoil gloves, I can use two-handed weapons with one hand without the penalty. So I
Alright.
could then, in theory, use 2 grenade launchers. But I only have one grenade launcher, and it's a grenade launcher that doesn't use a clip.
Yeah, you want to get another.
Yeah,
grenade
so
launcher.
I have to get 2 other types of grenade launchers, and then I have to get some fancy grenades. So
You
like,
gotta
there's-
start somewhere.
So
Yeah.
you're rolling at a 56 if you just want
Okay.
one set of recoil gloves.
I do. Nope.
No, sorry. They've
That's
been
fine.
out.
Yeah.
Been out for a while.
I'll just have to look at Damaris.
Anyone else while you're here?
Sure. I will look for Marcella 2.0.
Ah, right.
That is a best quality, extremely rare product. But I only
Okay.
need one of them.
You
so
So
you're
it's
at
a minus 30.
to your 46, so that puts you at a 16.
So I am going to use a fate point to get a plus 10 to that.
Okay, so 26. Oh,
Well, okay.
there you go.
Okay, well, you guys can continue while I do the rolls for this.
I also want to look and see if there are any conversion fields around.
Conversion field. What is the rarity on your conversion field?
they are
It's
extremely rare.
yeah. I mean, there are some nicer ones I want to find, but I'm pretty sure I might have to make that an endeavor of some kind.
Okay. So you are at extremely rare, but
Mhm.
only one, so it's a wash. You're still at 46.
Damn it!
Nope. Sorry, fresh out of conversion fields. Been out for months. Sorry. We're just not getting any new shipments.
Where was Auto Ledger?
Oh yeah,
Auto
get
ledger?
get the auto ledger.
I thought you had one of those.
No, he
Isn't
has a
that-
calculator array.
Oh,
Yeah, an auto ledger is rare.
Where exactly is it? Under.
It's under tools and it's in Faith and Coin.
Ah, that's it.
how do you know what book everything's in?
Because it tells me on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
just looking at the spreadsheet.
Keep
Wow.
thinking.
Now you seem way less.
Mysterious.
Way less cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, I'll get one of those because we need it. Let's see.
Okay.
What do I need to roll? Just a D.
Let's see, auto ledger.
D100. I don't know if that's good.
46. Yeah, no, you're good. You got it.
Good.
Auto ledger. I'm looking it up right now. I wasn't exactly sure what it does. A clacking, wheezing contraption of brass, steel, and wood. The auto ledger can do the job of 100 clerks. Cool. Not completely foolproof. The auto ledger can help prevent mistakes and financial calamities from falling those who have access to one of these devices. When a misfortune event occurs for a rogue trader with an auto ledger in his possession, or that of one of his trusted subordinates, well, that's useless then.
Yeah.
not a
Damn
trusted
it.
subordinate.
Okay.
Can I give it
Well,
to you then?
crap. Can we give it to
It
Can
was it was for Sigmund's Folly.
Yeah. Hang on. Who do I? Yeah. Can we give it to Vendigroth?
Yeah, you can give it to him.
No.
So, when a misfortune occurs for a rogue trader with an auto ledger, subtract 5 from the result of the roll to determine the severity of the misfortune.
Ooh, that's
We
good.
probably want another one for dirt.
Yeah.
So, Dirt isn't a colony of yours, not the way Sigmund's Folly is. It's an owned planet, but it's not a colony that you have specifically endeavored to create and colonize and habitate and all of that. So it's not dependent on you all for bringing people to it and making sure it has supplies. It's completely self-sufficient. So
Mhm.
it doesn't grow the same way as colonies or anything like that, but you also don't have to worry about terrible things happening to it.
Yeah. because I'm pretty sure the guy who's in charge over there is shit.
He's fucking no. We
Well,
left it very
if I
capable hands of
remember
the Nail
correct-
Ponds lady.
If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, looking in the DM notes here, your cousin Sebastian Soconicus, the Generalissimo, who
Mhm.
had the trait "you built a palace on a volcano."
Yeah.
So, yeah,
He's not brilliant, is he? But that's
can't
okay.
be much worse than the way Dirt's been for.
Yeah. Like it can't
mean-
get much
I mean,
worse.
so the good thing about hiring incompetent relatives is that you don't have to worry about them trying to steal your shit.
Because they're terrible at it.
Yeah. So that's kind of what
They're
I'm
trying
going
to steal
for.
and accidentally increase your profits.
Yeah.
So Marcella 2.0,
Yes.
she is a wanderer, so she can operate within my willpower times 5 kilometers of me.
Nice.
So I can pretty much send her anywhere. She
Awesome.
still has an unsound mind. She's still a thief.
Nice.
She has 2 heads now,
Yes.
Oh,
and
nice.
she's strong.
Finally.
She's a psychic reservoir, so I can have 2 psi powers sustained at once, and she's a psi detector, so she has the Psyniscient skill.
Cool. So she will actually win a battle with the next
no.
Servo Skull. With the next Servo Skull.
Oh yeah,
she'll
with
be
next Servo
stronger
Skull,
this time.
definitely.
Yeah, Merrick's got some upgrading to do. I would like to look for a flip belt.
A flip belt.
They are
Oh, could you
extremely
spawn
rare.
a little bird token for me?
Yeah, I'll give you a bird.
They're
token.
extremely rare and have to be minimum. They are at least good craftsmanship. So
Okay.
that, and I'd like to spend a fate point to just make that a flat 0. On the roll.
Extremely rare. So that's -30, +30, and good craftsmanship. So -10, and then +10. So 46. Yep.
No,
Ethan,
I would like to fate point that.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, even better.
Oh.
No toys for me today.
since you have the Excel sheet, are there any other grenades I should be looking at?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You want that you might actually be able to get?
Yeah.
Inferno aren't bad. They set things on fire.
That sounds good.
Either Eldar Plasma or regular Plasma are decent.
The filament. Oh, good as
I don't
Yeah.
have the resource libraries for this anymore. Install these.
Yeah, the filaments are nice. What's the deal with the plasma ones? They don't seem to do much damage.
No, they just have decent pen.
Oh, right. Yeah, they have 6 pen.
But like
So-
that's almost the same as crack, so it's actually
Yeah, I
less
mean-
damage than crack.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess their deal is that they have blast radius, and crack doesn't.
They are crack, but with a zone.
Yeah,
Like
but
the Eldar
I
Plasma
hit
has blast
I-
4.
I hit everything anyways.
Not if you're shooting a crack grenade.
Yeah, not if you're shooting a crack grenade. You only hit the one thing you hit.
Yeah. But
Wait,
have you
so if
seen
you
how many
miss at
dead on
all-
hits I get?
Yeah, but it's still good to get a million
Yeah.
nerds all at once.
Okay. Nuggin, I'm gonna see if
There's
they
your
have
bird.
I'm gonna see if they have any some different types of grenades in supply here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through of them. I want to get 10 of each if I can.
Buying grenades and stuff, you don't buy like individual.
Okay,
grenades.
good.
You just buy, a person's. Yeah.
In which case,
Get a supply.
I mean, I'm always gonna have frag grenades, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get myself 10 filament, 10 plasma, and 10 crack.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for your grenades. What is the rarity on the?
Let's see. They're
On filaments, extremely rare.
Yep.
Extremely rare. So you're minus 30.
You might as well get the Eldar plasma.
Yeah.
Because they're as difficult to get as the normal plasma, but...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. They're not... Are they in a different book?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with the filaments and see if there are any here at Footfall.
Roll for your filament grenades.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
filament grenades here.
Yeah, you got filament grenades.
Good.
Okay.
Cracks are just rare.
Let's see if we can find some crack.
You've already got crack.
No, I've got frag.
I thought we had frag and crack.
No, I've only got frag.
I thought we had frag and crack because they're like the two standard ones.
Well, I mean, you guys have had crack, but I don't think I've ever had crack. I don't know.
I think you're fine with. I think you're fine with crack grenades. Like grenades,
Okay,
like I said, you don't buy them like just for yourself. You buy a supply of them. So
yeah.
You're good for that.
Let's see if we can find some Eldar plasma then.
Eldar plasma, are those extremely rare as well?
They're just very rare.
Very rare. Oh, minus 20. Okay.
Common from if you get them from the source, and free if you're me, because I already got them.
Nice. Okay, so negative 20.
No.
Those are hard to find.
It's because I guess does Eldar plasma count as cKnoor tech? I guess they would.
Because you haven't got the man shipping them everywhere.
Well, it might also be that I don't want to be stomping around on Footfall going like, "Oi, where are the cKnoor weapons at?" After the Inquisition has been like, "That dude."
You know what? You could actually probably just
take some from my own supply.
Pull off the Xenotech trade that you already have, but which is not currently running because the unappreciated deal is a little busy. But the next time they come around, you can have them just bring some for you.
Yep, sounds good.
Just drop them off on Sigmund's Folly. I'm sure that won't go wrong.
Throw them through somebody's window, primed.
Keep in mind that Sigmund is on the unappreciated deal, and you might want to give him more explicit directions than drop them on Sigmund's Folly.
Just throws them out the window and it all blows up. It's like, thanks, buddy.
Improves the planet.
No, whoops. Okay. Well, I think that's all the shopping I need to do at the moment.
Okay, so
but we're gonna go to Damaris at the end and do it all over again.
Yep, down to Sigmund's Folly then.
Unless someone else wants to do some shopping.
Eventually, I want to do a meeting with the Eldar, see what's going on.
Yeah,
maybe they know something about those guys at Coffee Planet.
Yeah. You'll have to make arrangements to do that.
But yeah, we'll have to make arrangements for that, and that can be after we've done some other stuff.
Okay. Well, on to Sigmund's Folly then. Let's open the AutoNet back up. And navigate. Lost time. Okay, that's fine. That's actually not bad. Onboard trip time is 2 days.
It's not even long enough to get bored.
No, not at all. There it is, 2 days. And total trip time is 14 days. Okay, so we are at Sigmund's Folly again, and bring your ships with you. There you go. You need to roll to upgrade the planet, or upgrade the colony twice. So are you just putting all the profit back into it again?
I think we are, yeah.
Let me make sure I got the book.
See,
Here, Stars of Iniquity. Yep. Okay, so it's a
Definitely
D10
start
roll.
taking some out soon. But
yeah, I think after this, it's probably time to take some out. Where's the colony token?
I got rid of the tokens because it's all on the website right now, and it's much
Oh,
easier
okay. Yeah,
to use.
that's fine.
So I linked it.
Okay. Let's have a look. I'm gonna log in first. On this lovely wiki. Okay, so the amendments: Captain's birthday holiday, mandatory warp zone training, security forces. And we have Mouse Silkernicus, who's nepotism, so he's got +1 productivity, +2 calamitous events. And his personality, Spy Masters, who's got +2 order and -1 complacency. Size 4, complacency is 1, order is 1, productivity is 5, piety is 4.
So if it increases in size right now, you're going to lose whatever bonus you were getting from piety.
Yeah.
But it is a D10 roll.
Okay.
And you get, if you're reinvesting into the colony, you get +2d5 for putting both profit factor back into it for this roll. So 2d5.
Yeah, okay. Let's I was gonna roll everything at once, but that's no fun. So let's roll 2d5 first. Yeah, average. No, actually, that's not average.
worse than average.
Worse than average. So that's d10 plus 5. Here we go.
12. Size increases. Okay, so size is now 5. Edit. Size is 5. And it is now a holding.
Ooh.
Okay, so size is now 5, and so piety is now lower than your size. If colony's piety is greater than size, is pious, and its order and complacency are increased by 1. Colony's piety ever reaches 0. Okay, so you basically lose 1 order and 1 complacency,
That's no good. We need to get that back up.
which are now each to 0. So if complacency is 0, let's go to there.
Its productivity
Its order
immediately decreases by
increases
1d5.
by 1d5 and cannot be increased until the situation is remedied.
Yeah, we need to build some stuff here.
And
Roll
order,
1d5.
if order is 0,
So its productivity decreases by 4.
and if order is 0, then its profit factor counts as 0.
So we actually only got to upgrade it once.
And at the end of every 90-day cycle, its complacency, productivity, and piety will decrease by 1d5, and its size
So
decreases.
yeah, your productivity is now 1, and your pieties for complacency and order are 0. So yeah, you only get to upgrade it once. Well, no, you can upgrade it again. It just doesn't have profit factor to put into it, and everybody's terrible and unhappy, terribly unhappy.
Well, a bit unhappy.
So you do have to roll again to see if it increases in size. You don't get a bonus. It's possible it will decrease in size as well. So roll a d10.
Nope.
4.
It's fine.
4 is no change. So yeah, it's sitting there with complacency and order 0, productivity 1, piety 4, and it's giving you no profit factor anymore.
Yeah, so we need to build some stuff on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ethan? What book?
It is in Stars of Iniquity.
Because there are things that we can build that gives us
Yeah, we can do some colony upgrades.
Water management infrastructure increases order and
You already
complacency
have
by
that.
1.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
already
have
got
that. Yeah, so we need some more.
Your current infrastructure that you have is water management, which is +1. Ecclesiarchy Pilgrims, which are giving you +2 piety. Ecclesiarchy Mission, which is +1 piety, and all tests made to get citizens into actions get +10 if you are pious. And an Arbite's Precinct, which is +10 to all command, intimidate, or charm tests on the colony. I was going to say, I believe that since it has been at 0 complacency and 0 order for so long, and it just failed to grow again after a second set of 90 days, and you haven't been back, that I have to roll for a calamitous event and make sure nothing terrible is going on.
Yeah, you just want to roll on that table.
There's also another thing. Let's find
What's
the
that?
other thing that happens when because when one of those things is 0 after 90 days, which is what would have happened. Order.
Size gets reduced by 1.
So size reduced by 1.
Size reduced by 1.
And its complacency, productivity, and piety all decreased by 1d5.
Okay, so it is size 4 again.
Wait, what?
Which all decreased by d5?
Everything except order.
Yeah.
Okay, well they can't go below 0.
Yeah, and complacency, productivity. Oh no, that's it. No, that's fine. So complacency. So just order. So yeah.
No, but hang
it's
on.
back down in size again.
No, it wouldn't have time to do that though.
No,
Yeah,
this is for what's happened while we were on dirt.
Yeah.
We were gone for 6 months, so it's doing 2.
No, I'm saying there are 2 upgrades that's going on, but the second one, the one Ethan's talking about, can only occur after the first 90 days. Because before then we didn't have 0 complacency, 0 order, so it wouldn't
we had
have
that off the first one.
Yeah, we had that off the first upgrade.
Yeah, but we've been gone in enough time for there to be 2 upgrades.
Yeah.
Yes.
But after and the thing that goes into effect on 0 complacency and 0 order is after the first 90 days.
Yeah,
so
which is 1 upgrade cycle.
Yeah.
Right.
So it would have happened.
But
now,
I guess that depends on how long we've been gone.
Well, it would have triggered as soon as the second upgrade. As soon as it qualified for that, that's 90 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah.
So it definitely happened.
So this is for your productivity lowering by 3, puts it at 0. I don't even know why I rolled because it was at 1. And your piety is also at 0. The entire colony is at 0. So
it's doing good.
Let's see. Order is at 0. So
When we get there,
piety is
basically it's a
0.
bloodbath and there's bodies everywhere.
You get there and nothing is working right. Nobody's doing anything.
I mean,
Well, if your piety reaches 0, representatives of the Imperium cease to recognize the colony as an imperial venture, instead seeing the colony as a heretical den of iniquity that must be purged. And in some cases where the cults grow strong, wicked prayers to dark gods rise from the streets, and shadowy powers begin to answer those fanatics might not be wrong.
So you get to deal with chaos again.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, we just need to put stuff on it now. There isn't any single upgrade that covers what we need.
Yeah. I think first off we need to get our order up.
Things that do order.
You can do the communication array.
Yeah, do the communication array.
See, the thing I'm trying to figure out is that if the infrastructure things that give us bonuses, if they can be reduced, because I can't see if it's telling you that, because there's a difference between the ones we actually get by just doing things, right, or upgrading, but when we're actually building infrastructure upgrades, it's weird that they would disappear. Like, for example, water management.
Yeah, like water management, it says there's a special thing that happens when that stops working.
Yeah, but we haven't had anything that... makes it stop working though. So I'm wondering, by having water management, does that mean that order and complacency, the lowest level is 1, or does it mean that the lowest level of order and complacency has been increased to -1 essentially? Because if we're at 0 now and that thing stops working, do we then go to minus because we're essentially losing things? Or
I think it makes sense that your order could drop below whatever is provided by your buildings. And it's just if they stop working, it's even worse.
I think you can go to 0, but you can't go below 0.
I don't think you can go below
because
0.
if you go below 0, that means this colony's fucked and it's over.
Yeah, but I mean,
you just need to leave now.
Yeah,
and that's supposed to be represented by the size going to 0.
Yeah,
but that's. I mean, isn't that essentially what's going on right now, though? If we have infrastructure upgrades that give us bonuses, but at the same time we're stuck at a 0 rating, then we're effectively battling a minus rating with the infrastructure increases. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I'd love for there to be something that specifically mentions this, but also these are Rogue Trader rulebooks, so.
Right. Yeah. There's not a lot very clear about this.
I think it just gives us the plus number it says to our thing. Like that's it. And
I'm pretty sure
if
that's
we lose that,
well.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the power gaming thing would be to destroy the water management infrastructure and then rebuild it, which is even stranger.
Yeah, but I think it's just bad.
Because I don't see, yeah.
But yeah, as it is now, it's actually just impossible to save this place until it gets much smaller. We just have to wait.
Yeah, but that also makes no sense. I mean,
because it means you actually cannot get a colony above size 4 ever, because it just becomes too big for anything to.
Well, okay, so in the infrastructure upgrades, it says every time that its size increases, we can choose a hard infrastructure improvement to invest in, and that gets built along with the improvement of the colony.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah,
so,
okay.
We could have been able to manage it better in that situation, because we could have done things.
Oh yeah. Whenever a colony size increases, the explorers can choose to invest in hard infrastructure improvement.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
And then the GM role can just decide a thing or choose a thing.
Yeah.
And then we go yes.
That I guess
that actually makes it so it works.
Yeah, and that I guess means that Mouse has been picking the infrastructure upgrades.
Yes.
Yeah. Which essentially means noggin.
So, so you should have basically 3 others, is what's going on here right now.
Yeah.
And you have the ability to add 2 right now yourself.
Right up to 5.
Well, you until right now you have had 4 upgrades on the colony.
Yeah.
So, and this is 2 more, and you already put a water management, so you should have 3 extras. Well, no, you also got an Arbeits precinct.
Yeah, but the Arbeits precinct are not a hard infrastructure upgrade.
They're not a hard infrastructure.
No, they're and we RP'd the shit out of them.
That's true. That's true.
And as far as I can tell, the way that it works is for the hard infrastructure, you can have as many of them as you want.
Of each
of the same ones?
Yep. Yeah, so you could have 5 water managements if it somehow
So what I'm going to do
way.
is I'm going to roll 3 times to figure out the other 3 that Mouse put on the colony for you. Mm-hmm. There is a little D5 table there for which ones that he's put on. So you get 1 power infrastructure, and 2 communication infrastructure.
I was going to say it makes sense for him to have communications because he's the spy master. He's like, no,
Yeah.
we need really good phones here.
Okay, productivity by 2 for power. So your productivity...
Communication is productivity in order by 1.
Okay, so 3. And so your productivity is 4. And your order is 2. Piety and complacency are still 0. So now you have the opportunity to add 2 yourself.
Actually,
here.
are they, though? Because now order didn't drop down, did it? To 0. It wouldn't have dropped down to 0, right?
If
If we had these upgrades.
You're right. So
So we need to cancel whatever
We
order.
could just restart the whole thing. That might be simpler. If we just add these to the thing and then we just redo everything.
Okay, yeah, so
It depends on if Nuggin has the old values.
order. because
Well,
that didn't
the
drop.
wiki isn't updated.
Then
unless-
Yeah,
that
it's still there.
complacency, productivity, and piety, and its size didn't decrease because order didn't drop down to 1. So complacency, productivity, and piety by that 1d5 when you rolled that before they stayed.
Okay. So, cKnoor, what are the values you see on the wiki right now?
Size 4, complacency 1, order 1, productivity 5, piety 4, profit factor 2.
Okay. Say them one more time. Complacency 1,
Order 1, productivity 5, piety 4.
productivity 5, piety 4. Okay. Okay, so then order was actually at 3. Piety was at, or productivity was at 7.
Damn.
Yes.
It is a super productive colony.
Yeah, like it's
So-
super good.
Piety dropped
Below its size.
size, so it
So
was
what's the bonus?
size 5. The bonus was to book. Scroll back to Piety. Maybe.
Yeah, which is
There it
order and complacency.
Order and complacency. Okay. So order and complacency fall by 1d5.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
no. We just
Piety
lose
reaches 0,
1.
so order-
It didn't drop to 0. It just dropped below our
you're right.
size.
Yeah.
So
yep,
it just
yep.
we just
Order
it
and
just lose
complacency.
1 in order and complacency,
Okay, so order is 2. Complacency is 0. So
and that's where
is
complacency
now-
hits 0.
Yeah. So now complacency at 0 gives you
So now it's order
is-
and productivity drops.
By 1d5.
order and productivity drops by a d5,
Mhm.
which I rolled here.
It's the 3
Where's
and
my
5,
dice?
I believe.
Yes, it's the 3 and the 5. So order then
It's
drops
0.
to 0. And what did I say? Productivity?
It was 7, so now that drops
It's
to
2.
2. So yeah,
Okay. So then order at 0.
and then order at 0 is profit factor counts as 0, and then
Yes.
everything except order decreases by 1d5, and its size goes down.
So that was the
Okay,
last
so
3 that you rolled.
2, 5, and 5.
hmm
So now
Okay.
everything is 0.
Everything is 0.
Yes.
But
If the size
considering
dropped, then the piety. Wait,
So
piety
clearly,
goes back above, so it gets a bonus,
so
even though it's below. Or does it have to?
no,
This is complicated.
no,
oh yeah, because
no,
size
because
drops.
the piety drops first before the size goes down.
So everything's at 0.
Everything's at
That's
0.
what- And you have
Productivity
Colony
being 0 doesn't matter because it just means the profit vector is halved and it's already 0. So
Yeah, but
Mhm.
hang on. So I don't want to be a revisionist,
Mhm.
but clearly we shouldn't have tried to increase the size of the.
you should have just taken the money.
Yeah, we should have just taken the profit factor.
for the first time.
Yeah, because there was no point in upgrading to a size 5 because all it does is
completely destroy it.
yeah. which once again makes no fucking sense, but okay.
Okay, so let's reverse this a bit. So piety should be 4, productivity should be 7, order should be 3. Size stays at 4.
And we wouldn't have gotten that last building.
Yeah,
because it
we
wouldn't have
tried to
grown.
grow. Yeah.
No. You
So
should
it
have.
would have lost the communications infrastructure.
No, that's
No,
not.
that
right.
was the.
You should have 2 communications and 1 power infrastructure
was-
and 1 water
yeah.
management.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
what-
Because that's 4.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
ones that we'd already done before we
Okay.
did this current one. Like, we hadn't got our new upgrade because it had just fucking blown up.
Okay,
So we need to solve the complacency problem.
So here you go. You are back to where you started. You have your extra infrastructures of communication and power, and you're going to not upgrade for this first one.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take the 2 profit factor for yourself.
Yeah.
So that puts your profit factor at 48.
Actually, it's like +4 profit factor.
It's 4. Why is it 4?
Because it's size 4, right?
Yes.
Which is
Yeah, if its productivity is
2.
bigger than its size, our profit factor rises by 2.
So it's 2 for its size, then +2 for being productive.
So your profit
Well,
factor.
actually, profit factor value for the being size 4 is 4, so it's like +6 profit factor.
Okay.
If we're taking
These
all of it.
fucking things make.
Yeah, no, like they make you loads and loads of money, but we've just been putting it back into it to get it bigger because before it was like, oh, we just get 1, what's the point? But now we get like 6, and all we have to do is give a speech saying that it's for the good that we're taking all of their shit.
Yeah, and now we're at the
Okay,
point of
so-
where it's dangerous to actually upgrade it because shit's just gonna fall apart if we
Yeah,
do.
like we've got to do like an endeavor to get more infrastructure, like more water, I guess, and religion.
Yeah, if you're not putting the money back into the colony, you don't get an upgrade for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can spend a profit factor to get one yourself and do an endeavor for it. Or right now, that alone, that first time, has now bumped your profit factor up to 52.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to explain to them why you're not getting the rest of the profit factor. Why they're not getting it, why you're not upgrading the colony. So, cKnoor, do you want to make a speech?
Sure. As everyone know, when we decided to set foot on Sigmund's Folly, it was to do 2 things. To carve out a space for the Imperium on this rock that we called Sigmund's Folly, and to make money. You have done such an amazing job at producing valuable items for us in the House of Silkernicus, that what we're going to do is that we are going to take your hard work and see how best we can invest that back in the colony. And that means that you guys will have to have a referendum with Mouse and talk about, okay, what type of resources are we currently missing on Sigmund's Folly? What do we want? Is it do we need another Ecclesiarchy mission? Maybe a Mechanicus station or an infantry garrison. All of these things are important because we are shining a light on the dark, cold space that is the Kronos Expanse. We're doing a very important job, and you guys are a very important puzzle piece in that job. And then I do keep saying very nice, rosy things about how everything's great.
So go
but
ahead.
Lava?
I think I do at this point. I might not, but I'm focusing on the piety angle.
Okay, so go ahead and make your charm test, and you get +20 to it then, because you're trying to be pious, and you have an Arbites precinct.
Well, it should.
I can assist.
It's +10 for the for the Arbite. Yeah,
For the
That's true.
Arbites, it's 10 plus 10
Yeah.
for the Ecclesiarchy.
Okay, so that's... Let me find... what did you want? Did you want a charm test?
Charm, yes.
Yeah, so... and if IB helps out, does he have to roll, or do I just get a plus?
We
He has to succeed at a roll.
have to succeed at a roll.
Yes. To help.
If I fail, does it hinder?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay. How
Okay.
much do I get from that?
That's another plus 10.
Okay, yeah.
So that's
I
like
don't think
plus 30.
I don't think I can fail this, but let's find out.
You could roll 100.
There you go.
Okay. You've successfully explained to the colony that it's for the greater good. You're taking the profit factor right now while they figure out what they want to do with the rest of it.
Mhm.
Also, it's not plus 6 we get for taking it out of it.
Oh, what is?
6
How
is how much it's worth if we sold it.
No.
Okay.
What we get for taking out of it is 1.
Oh, okay.
You get 1 for taking a thing from size 4.
And I
Well, below.
believe that we still roll on the size increase table. Like, I don't think that taking that profit factor out causes it to not grow. Or not have the chance to grow, at least. We just don't get any pluses or minuses.
Oh, you don't
to
get the
it.
bonuses. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just a straight 1d10.
Do you want me to re-roll it, or do you want to
Yeah,
roll the
re-roll
previous
it.
roll? Okay.
Reroll it because I don't even remember which were which. So let's just.
I know. It's the 7 plus 5 one.
Oh, it's this. Well, we don't know. Well, I guess we.
It
You
was
know,
7,
7.
which
But
is...
yeah.
It doesn't grow.
It
7
doesn't.
doesn't
Well, let's
grow.
just keep that then.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't grow. So you guys only get 1 then. Let me update that. So you were at 46, so now you're at 47. Okay, 7. Okay, and then your next set.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe we're going to get a whole 2 profit factor out
Yeah.
of this.
So
pile of shit.
this time around, I'm going to focus my speech on how, thanks to their contribution to the cause, we managed to beat back chaos and liberate a whole world for House of Copernicus, which we now own. And if they at some point want to visit or work on Dearth instead, that might be something they can talk to Mouse about. But
Oh,
essentially,
Do you already get a visa to work on dirt?
yeah. Well, essentially, I'm like, thanks to your contribution, we beat back chaos, and I do a long tirade on the whole story of Dirt and the battle.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Should I help again? Never
Well,
mind.
I rolled.
You
You
did
nailed it.
awareness.
Well, I rolled awareness, but I rolled a 12.
Yeah, you rolled the 12 and then you nailed it.
So
Nice.
I got like 10 degrees of success, something
Okay.
like that.
You guys actually get more profit factor because it's a mining colony. Undermining an
true.
industry.
Oh, yeah.
You get an additional 2 profit factor each time.
These
you,
fucking
Oh, yeah,
harvest
so
resources.
that's...
You actually get 3.
You actually get 3. So we went from 2 to 6 to 1 to 3. That ain't bad.
I love
Yeah.
rolls.
4, 5.
It would be nice if all the rules were in one fucking place.
It really, really.
At least they're all in the same book.
Yeah.
So that's a good start.
Okay, let me upgrade you. So, okay, you guys were at 46.
So we're at
No,
52
you're at
again.
52. Yeah.
We were just right the first time.
Fucking Christ.
Now I have to roll to see if the colony increases and destroys itself.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, we need
have
to do
to-
that again.
In fact, you probably should re-roll if it increases.
Okay, so
He needs to roll like an 8 or above.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if
Just
it
don't roll an 8
increases.
or above.
Here we go. Let's have the fucking thing implode.
Whew.
3.
Oh,
Size
well-
decreases.
Oh,
Yes!
Is 3 a decrease?
Oh no! It's no change. No change.
Damn it!
My bad, it's 1 and 2 only.
Yeah, 1 and 2 is bad, and 7 and 8 is usually good, except when it's bad.
Actually, you don't want it to decrease because if it decreases in size, a randomly chosen characteristic decreases by 1d5
Yeah.
minus 3.
Yeah, like it just goes wrong.
So it would have just
Yeah, no.
hit our piety, and then we'd be fucked again.
Okay, so we clearly need to put an endeavor out on some improvements
Yeah,
on
definitely.
Sigmund's Folly, but I don't think we should do that right now,
Right now,
because
no.
we've been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes according to my recording, so we should probably say
Okay.
goodbye to YouTube.
Well, goodbye,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Bye,
This has been
YouTube.
fun.